Welcome back to Easy Health and Fitness, also known as Torah Health and Fitness. As we continue through Adar Rishon and approach Adar Sheni and the food-centered holiday of Purim, it's time to really think about food and our approach to it in a serious way. And we'll, Bez Hashem, in future episodes talk specifically about Purim and Mishloach Manos and the Purim Suda. I'd like to share with you an email received today from a reader of the book, Body and Soul, that we are basing this whole series on. And he's a fan of it. He's expressed his appreciation for it, how it's helped him. He said the following in the email today. He said, I have a hard time when I go to a Kiddush or a Simcha not eating. And I don't want to not go just because of all the unhealthy food, but it's very hard to avoid all that unhealthy food that's typically served. It's a big problem. It's a big issue. It's a big challenge. It's one of numerous Jewish, I call them special Jewish food challenges. There's a whole chapter on chapter 12 discussing numerous challenges we have as Jews trying to live a meaningful Jewish life. Food's obviously very much part of what we do, of much of what we do. If we're not eating or feasting, we're fasting. It seems like most of the time. First of all, framing my life in terms of Behema versus B'Tselem, or B'Tselem versus Behema, at this challenge of taking this Behema that I started out life as and trying to elevate it to my potentials, B'Tselem Elokim, and remembering that every day and reviewing this every day is my first Eitzah. If you read the book once, it's like any other Moser Sefer. It doesn't necessarily sink in fully the first time. Maybe it needs a little bit of chazara. Or maybe go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes of this series where we've talked about these basic concepts of B'Tselem versus Behema and why it's important and how to live that way and wake up that morning and follow the Shulchan Aruch that says a person should wake up in the morning, get out of bed as a B'Tselem Elokim. That said, we're not meant to put ourselves in an assignment, to give ourselves a test. So how do you avoid that when you know you want to go to the Simcha or to the Kiddush? Eitzah number one, plan ahead. Have a strategy before you walk in the door. If it's a Seyach Chasana and you don't want to overindulge in the Chasen's Tish or the Shmorg, so eat before you go. Have a healthy meal before you go so you're not hungry. We often overeat in times of hunger and when we haven't planned ahead. If it's not possible, let's say it's a Kiddush on Shabbos morning and you cannot eat before you go to the Kiddush and you feel like you want to eat at the Kiddush, so have a plan, have an action plan. And before you walk in, think about what you're going to do and what you want to eat, what you don't want to eat. Just pausing to think about that before you walk in there can double, triple your chances of success in that self-control. And I'd like to add to that following piece of Torah, Eitzah, from the Gra, from the Vilna Gaon. This is on page 150 if you have the Sefer and want to see it yourself. The Gra says, the neshama only achieves completion through food and drink. Listen to this. I'll repeat that because it's such a radical statement. The neshama only achieves completion through food and drink, which settles the body, which will occur at the future Sudas Leviathan, the feast of the Leviathan, the feast of the Leviathan, and applies to every Sudas mitzvah, whether similar to what is written regarding healer of all flesh and worker of wonders, Rofei Kol Basar, Mafli La'asos. When we say that bracha of Asher Yatzar after going to the restroom, We praise the Kadosh Baruch Hu for being a Rofei Kobasar, Mafli Lasos. What is that talking about? It says the Gra, joining spirituality to physicality via food. That's what we're talking about when we make that bracha. How spirituality and physicality are joined via food. As he continues, for the body enjoys food, and the soul enjoys the mindfulness of eating for a higher purpose. And the only way to strengthen a person is through food and drink. For the soul dwells in this world within its parameters. Therefore, regarding the principle of all your actions should be l'shem shamayim, this is the deeper meaning of l'shem shamayim, says the Gra, i.e. for the neshama, which is now joining shamayim va'aretz, heaven and earth, which is also the deeper meaning of shamayim coming down to Har Sinai. If we could keep these words of the Gra in mind next time we're at a Kiddush or at a Sudas Mitzvah, we might very well achieve the Torah's ideal of what eating can be. And I strive for this ideal in every bite of food. I'll conclude with a similar idea in the Mishnah Brura, who says the neshama enjoys the ruchnis of the food, and the guf enjoys the gashmis of the food. And from this power they are joined by the food. It's a high bar, but we can achieve that through a little bit of practice, a little bit of mindfulness. Maybe make a photocopy of this page. If you want, I can send you it as a text and you can print it out and put it on the kitchen cabinet or on the refrigerator, meditate on it. Or if you're driving to a simcha, you can tape it to the dashboard and read it before you go into that chasna. Be happy to send you a copy. Just send me an email. And until next time, be gesund.